Hi everyone, welcome to She. I am so excited that we're going through this amazing motherhood and pregnancy journey together. And I know last week we were talking about first trimester. Today we're talking about second trimester. It's expected to be the most exciting, most energy filled, or is it, for every mother? And so we have amazing guests on the show to just take us through what does that really mean? What do you expect in the second trimester? What should you be planning, thinking, just everything about it, so then you can be ready. Or if you're planning to get started, you just put all these notes together and just make sure you're on point. So I have two amazing ladies. I'll let them introduce themselves. I really want to introduce them myself, but I think it's easier if I let them introduce themselves so you get to know them, and then we just delve deep into the second trimester. And I'm very excited. I hope you can see, because that's the stage I'm in as well. I'm in the second trimester, and I hope you can see the energy as well that comes with it. Maybe we start with you, Tata.
Yes.
Nyawira. But you can tell us your full names and all.
My name is Daisy Nyawira, but I go by Tata Nyawira. Tata, where I come from, is the name of Auntie. And I feel like I have gone round the block to warrant the name Auntie, because I'm now able to work with other people.
Oh, wow.
Just from a personal and a professional point of view. I'm also a counseling psychologist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm a mom of two, a 7-year-old girl and a almost 3-year-old boy.
Oh, wow.
Both miracles, by the way, both miracle babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll give us more details
I'll give you a little bit more details about that.
Now, I'm also happy that we have a therapist in the house.
Yes.
So we can talk a bit of psychology and what goes through a mother's mind at that point, right?
But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Very nice to meet you.
And it's nice to be here.
Oh,
and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Martha Mtambo, known as Malita. I'm a doula, and I'm also a mother of two, 13 years and 9 years.
Wow. Did you always want to be a doula? Like this doula thing, like if I tell my mom doula, like they don't know what that is. Like, so where did that come from for you?
It came from my grandmother used to do this, and my mother used to do this. So I learned it from my mom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Like how people talk about the olden days having like a midwife? Would you call it a midwife?
Yes.
So like you've learned also tips and all that from like your grandma and your mother.
Yes.
You must be so solid, Every pregnant mom needs to hook up with her. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So did you also go to school for it? Like
yeah, I went for training. It's a training that you undergo to be like professional. Yes.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. And I keep saying a lot of these things that our great-grandparents and our grandparents have, we don't want to lose them, whether it's the herbs or whatever, and those sort of skills, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And I'm happy that you've carried a piece of that with you.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Thank you.
And so let's delve into this second trimester, and the second trimester, like, I was saying earlier, could come with a lot of energy, but it's not like that for everyone. A lot of mothers continue having a lot of the morning sickness into the second trimester. I think second trimester, psychologically, it starts to hit home. You're like, hiya, this baby's coming. Like the other day I was just counting. I think I have like 3 months left, 3 months and I think 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this child, like I just blinked and the child is here, So how was it for you in the second trimester? Think about symptoms, think about aspects of planning, visits to the gyna, did you start involving a doula? And so tell us as a mother, and then tell us as a doula, for example, is this the time we should invite a doula in and things like that? So just from the mother's point of view, and for your 2 pregnancies each, how was it at that point in your second trimester? Anyone can go first, yeah.
Okay, for me, where I come from, you introduce a doula even before you get pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah, so she has to prepare you before getting pregnant, you and your partner, because a doula prepares you and your family and also your partner.
How are you preparing people?
Like now?
Like, no, as in, I'm just curious, like, what preparation are you doing, like, for a spouse and the wife?
Yeah, like for a spouse, our spouses don't know what to do and what to expect while you're pregnant. For us women, it's very easy to adapt. For them, it's hard.
Yeah.
So where a doula comes, counsels and guides you, even your mother, you see way back, mothers could tell you, congratulations. They don't tell you about the symptoms, the signs. Okay, you think that's it.
Yeah.
But it comes to your shock, the hormones, the body changes,
The mood swings.
the mood swings. I'll be like, wow, no one told me about this.
Oh, that's good. So is that part of what you offer in
Yes.
terms of starting from before?
Yeah, from before, like you prepare a mother to what's going to happen, even during labor. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Oh, wow. And how was it for you as a mother? Just
for
going
me,
through the second trimester.
Second trimester, of course, the body pain, body changes. You know, this is when the fetus has grown, now it has developed, all the organs, your stomach is starting to show.
Yeah.
For some, maybe the nausea has less, subsided. Then after that, you'll be like, okay, maybe now this is what I'm going to. And then you find yourself with body pain, stomach pain, the hip joint.
Yes.
Yeah. So
You're speaking my my symptoms right now.
yeah, so whatever in that period, that's when they advise you to do the stretches.
Yeah.
You do the exercise, the walkings, to help you with that.
Oh, fantastic. So when you start with a mother from before, so meaning like what, you're doing home visits and coming in and doing the exercises with her and all that.
Yeah. In our session, by the way, for prenatal clients, we start with the exercises, stretches. But we start with the walkings. I find some clients telling me, can I walk before I come? I'm like, no. I don't know, that one is not going to work.
Yes.
So I'm like, no, we work together as we catch up and also to know each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And build a relationship.
Yeah, and build the relationship before we go to the session.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Tata, how has it been for you?
For my first pregnancy, I think, first of all, because it was a shock.
Yeah.
I think I'd been married 6 years before I got pregnant.
Oh, that's why you're saying it
was a miracle. Like, we'd completely given up on ever getting pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So when the baby came, I think it took me a while to even catch up with what's going on.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at myself and wondering, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
So I think I just went with the flow. But the second trimester was, I think for both babies, it's always been one that gives me so much energy.
It's true.
So I think at 17 weeks with my first pregnancy, I was running a marathon.
Oh, wow.
I think I did the 10 kms at the Standard Chartered Marathon with my first baby. And
Wait,
I think
let's just take that in. 10 what?
yeah, and I think I was just trying to see how far can we go? How far can we go? We were just jogging, of course.
Of course, yeah. And I guess you've been jogging before, so your
I had
body
been
is
jogging
used to
before, and I was just like, okay, we have energy. Okay, let's see. Let's see how far we can. So we did the 10 kilometers, but as she's saying, at the end, you feel the pain because now the pelvic bone at that point tells you you're no longer alone.
You're not alone.
You're actually no longer alone. So, but there was a lot of energy for both during the second trimester.
Yeah.
I think that's when I start thinking, what do I need to do? I must say for the first pregnancy, because it's the first time, I'm a first-time mom.
Yes.
If I think about it, I was very clueless.
Yeah.
Completely clueless. What do you buy? My God. I think I had someone, I was sent for an Excel worksheet about
what to buy. Have that Excel.
What to buy. And I was so, you're even caught up in, I think first of all you're stressed because you're like, I need all these things. I didn't know the difference between a onesie and a romper. What are these things?
Yeah.
And
you need both.
And then people throw the words at you and
like,
expect you to know. Yeah, they expect you to know. And I'm like, I don't know. I think when I remember my first baby, I was like, wait. So it helped that I had someone who actually came, took me to Gikomba and told me, first of all, even showed me the children's section and told me, buy this, and then this goes with this. So this is a onesie, and this is a romper, and they go together.
God bless whoever that is, though.
By the way, I think it really helped that I had someone, and I feel like that same lady also brought me to her house and showed me how to bath a child. No, like to bathe the baby, and told me this is...
Wow.
I keep remembering about that encounter, and I'm like, if I didn't have her, I would be very clueless. Very clueless.
Imagine because like showering the baby.
Even showering the baby. And
it's
still, and imagine after the baby comes, you still don't know.
Yeah.
You still don't know what to do. You still don't know what to do.
Some of the things you just have to
you still don't know
what
to do, because they still teach you again when you give birth. But you still don't know what to do.
Yeah. And I think you also have a lot of head knowledge, I think. Like, you know, you've had all these showers and things like, so all these things in your head, you're just like, okay, now how do you put it into practice? And it's like so different.
And the baby is this big.
The mother fear. Yes. And also the mother fear of like, okay, maybe I'll drown my baby. They'll be like, no, let someone do it for me.
And they're so delicate. They're screaming. Especially bath time. They're screaming.
So you end up shower the head.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wipe that.
I'd call my sister to come help me bath the baby.
It was...
I don't think like the first one I bathed till like they were probably 3 months. I was just too nervous.
I know.
You know, I'm like, they'll slide, they'll drown. I don't know. You're just like, no, it's too
think
difficult.
For me, it's the crying and they keep raising their hands. I don't know what to do. And then because of the hormones, they're also crying. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I think for me, if we're talking about the second trimester, I really enjoyed it. I think the second trimester, I enjoyed it. You're anxious, but I think the energy kicks in, I think especially from first trimester, where you're feeling everything is meh.
Yeah, it's true.
So much.
But the second trimester, actually, it's like it shocks you. There's just energy, and unfortunately, the same way it comes, the same way it goes.
It goes.
By
That's
the third trimester.
Did you find yourself buying a lot of things? And you know, people say in the second trimester is when you nest, so you want to buy all these things. Like I find myself, I love bibs. I know it's like a random thing, but I love bibs. So like by the time the baby is born, I've bought like every type of cute bib I can find. But I also go through nesting, you know, where you just want to clean everything. And mine happens in the second trimester. Like I just want to clean, fold, rewash, fold again, and all that. Did you go through that? I keep saying second trimester is God's gift for you to get ready for the baby. How was that for you in retrospect? Like, did you feel like you were overdoing things and things like that, or were you more chill?
As a mother in second trimester, you don't feel like you're doing too much. Yeah. You feel like, okay, I need to do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. So that nesting, it comes with overwhelming and urge. You feel energetic. It's, by the way, like before we used to say like the baby is coming. If your mother goes through nesting, you'll be like, okay, the baby is coming. Yeah, like you find it like after 1 week, the baby is there.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah, so for me, I went through nesting. I was even running.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you guys?
running. I don't know. My pregnancies are very easy. I don't feel nausea. I don't feel sick. So with nesting, I'm just okay. So I could even joke like, okay, labor is coming. So my mom was like, are you sure? The day the labor came, I just went to the hospital. I'm like, they phoned me there because I was joking about it. So maybe she's joking. But when they saw me, I've gone and I'm not coming. But they're like, okay, they need to follow me.
This to be real. And I think around that time, like you rightly said, is when the baby is bigger, right? You know, like let's talk about nutrition. Like what do you eat at that time? Let's talk about exercising. What sort of exercises can you do? There's this whole thing of you can't sleep on your back, you can't sleep on your stomach. So, you know, and then they say don't sleep too much on the right side, sleep on the left side. You know, let's talk about that. You know, how did you handle it? Did you have to sleep sit at some point? You know, people call it, is it sleep sitting, using pillows and propping yourself on every corner? Like you'd use all these pillows on this to prop yourself up and sleep. But how was it for you? And as an expert, you know, like what is also the recommended, you know, thing to do?
About the foods to eat during the second trimester, like you have to go that high on the fruits, vegetables, and calories. Then the red raspberry tea. Yeah, I have to do that.
Oh, what for?
It helps. Why? It helps with the baby, preparing the baby and the cervix. You have to do dates, not more than 6 a day.
Like dates?
Dates.
Oh.
Because they're good. They even help to ease labor because they soften the cervix. Yeah.
If this early, like in the second trimester, you just start having the
No,
dates?
in the second trimester you start, it depends how your second trimester is, but from 28 you're good.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And raspberry tea.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow.
For the exercises, the swimming, aerobics, but not too much.
Okay.
The stretches, of course, the walkings. I think you just have to walk the whole of your pregnancy.
Yeah.
Because everyone just talk about walking.
Yeah, you have to keep walking.
Yeah, and it's quite relaxing as well, and good for the mind and all that. Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
I think for me, I'm thinking about walking. My second baby came during COVID.
Wow.
And I
Like
couldn't
you were
walk.
pregnant during
I was
COVID.
pregnant. I think we were the people who went in during and
Then
came
after
out with
COVID,
babies.
guys are like,
and we came out with babies.
Babies.
So I couldn't even get out. It was, and then it was scary.
Yeah, because you're thinking it's in the
wearing a
air.
mask.
Yeah, and then you're wearing a mask. So
very
I
hard.
remember during the second trimester, trying to go, like we're talking about nesting and you need to go by. But where are you going during COVID? I remember going to, like, of course, if you're going to toy or wherever, even to the supermarket, and you're scared.
Yeah.
It's no longer as easy as it was before.
Yeah,
But I think I still did it early. I went and bought whatever I needed, came,
Yeah.
and now when you're washing, now you're triple scared.
Yeah, that's true.
You're washing, you're sanitizing.
I know.
I was about to ask, how did you manage it? Because even the product that you buy, you have to sanitize it.
You
like-
had to sanitize everything.
Kwanza know if they're second hand.
And then
you
the
like-
second hand, and then people are saying how maybe some of these second hand clothes have come with COVID.
COVID, yeah.
So that's what I was telling you, triple stress.
I know.
But the nesting feeling is still there.
It's still there, and you have to.
And you have to do what you need to do. And I remember now, because I couldn't go for a walk, I think I got the exercise ball and the yoga ball, and now that's what I sat on and did my exercises in the house, and I incorporated my firstborn now with
Just
exercise, so that. But I found myself now exercising in the house. That became my routine, because now we had to look for routines because we're not leaving the house.
The house, yeah.
That became my routine. I'd wake up and eat a salad. Also, that baby actually loved healthy eating. Food. I think that baby loved healthy food because I ate a lot of githeri and avocado, and I ate a salad every morning with that particular baby. The first one, no. That particular baby, I ate a salad every morning, and then I ate food, and then we exercised. It was, but it was an easy pregnancy. I keep saying, as she's saying, I don't think it's every mother's story.
It's true.
But I've had pretty easy pregnancies, very enjoyable also. Yeah. The second trimester is also extremely enjoyable because that's when I am able to do stuff. If it's exercises, I'm able to. And then the beauty of COVID is you'd eat, and if you were tired, you slept.
You slept, There's no wondering.
There's no, because work became online.
Yeah.
So you just sit and do your exercises. So I ended up doing a lot of home workouts. And just eating whatever was available. I think just raw, whatever nutritious food I got.
You had,
And it was just plainly just githeri, salads, avocado. I think that's
since
what
you're
kept
talking
me.
about these foods, I'm even curious to ask, because I feel like I'm here by myself. In terms of, like just the cravings mothers get, and forget even cravings, your body is like, it's not your own. You step on the weighing scale, you're like, gosh, like what just happened in 3 weeks, So did you put on weight in your pregnancy? Is there like, a weight range that you'd say is ideal? Was it different for both babies? You know, how was that for you? I like that you're saying your second, you wanted healthy things. Was it like that for your first?
I don't think I even wanted. It's important that then I clarify, because as you're saying, the body is actually not your own. You at times you want healthy, but you want healthy, but they want something completely.
On sugar.
They want sugar. So I think my first pregnancy, the baby wanted chips from McFry's. Like it was
McFry's
from Max, and I knew where a McFry's was around me. Like if I went to this part of Nairobi, if I went to this part of town, I knew where McFry's was, and I gained a lot of weight for my first.
Do you mind telling us how much you gained?
I think it was like what, 15, 18 kgs.
Wow. Let me make you feel better. I put on around 20 something with each pregnancy. But luckily I lose it when I'm breastfeeding, but I put on a lot of weight when pregnant.
I think for me that was like, it was 50, I think it was like 18 kgs, and I was like, where? And then but it's also okay, because I think my first baby found me when I had lost a lot of weight, so kind of just compensated. It adjusted, But the second baby, I think we both agreed. I wanted healthy, he wanted healthy.
So you just aligned,
and we
just
both
have a
aligned.
question. Is the first one a girl?
Yes.
The second one a boy?
A boy, yeah.
That's what happens.
Oh, what?
Oh, really? What happens?
With girls, they will do whatever they want.
From the womb.
Yeah.
From the womb.
Tell it to my 3 boys.
With boys are very calm. You agree.
They just want food.
Yeah, even when they're giving birth to them, they're very calm. You see, I think they feel for the mother. For the girls, they want to show you, okay,
let me show you who's boss.
Let me show you who's boss.
Well, I think it's true in terms when you give birth to them, they're calm. Because that I agree. Like I've had an easy time in terms of sleep training, things like that, you know. But I've put on weight with all of them, but they're good to me in terms of my skin and things like that as well. The 3 that I have. So
they're good with the skin, with the weight. For the girl, most mothers, you gain more weight. Even me, I gained more weight. I was like a giant.
Wow. And your skin, the way people say your skin starts to darken and things like that. Did that happen for you with the girls?
No, for the boy.
Oh, for the boy.
You got the mask.
Pardon?
You got the mask on your face.
Yeah, we do that.
Are those things that you can avoid, or that just happens? The way skin darkens and things like that?
You cannot avoid. After pregnancy, that's when you can start taking care of yourself. Because for some, when the more you avoid, the more they come.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. So you just have grace with yourself. Let life go on. Then
I actually feel that's the word. It's grace. A lot of grace during pregnancy. There's a lot going on. You can only just be very gracious with yourself. Extremely gracious.
Wow. Did that happen to you? The whole darkening of the skin and all that?
I think like at the last minute. And I think I didn't see it coming. I think you see it like during like when you're doing the photo shoot or something. That I've actually become darker, a shade darker, like a shade darker. But
especially here.
Then you're like,
That's why so many mothers tend to not have baby showers. They'll be like, I can't do the photo shoot. Because how will I be?
How will I look? But I think for me, my babies were kind, because even my nose I didn't get a pregnancy. They've been, I keep saying my babies have been kind. I don't even talk loudly.
No, I hear you. And let's talk about the point where you get to and you're like really planning for the baby, which most of the time happens in the second trimester. And so maybe there's someone watching, it's their first child. You know, I loved how you talked about you know, like someone taking you to their house and showing you how to wash the baby. So think about being back again to the second trimester. Like, is there anything you would do different? And number two, how would you advise this new mom who's just starting off, trying to figure out, you know, what is needed? You know, because there's all these things. The other day I found out there's like, it's like a dustbin like that sips in the dirty, smelly diaper. So it, you know, it's not the entire air is not smelling like the diaper. I'm like, wow, where was this when I had my 3 boys? You know, so like there are all these things. But what is important according to you, since you've had children? Because this is the time you're looking at that Excel and deciding what to buy. But not everything is important. You know, so I don't know what you would advise.
One thing I would advise to every mother is that whenever you're doing shopping, involve your partner. You know, mothers, so many, even me, I didn't involve any of my partner. So in any shopping, so you find like postpartum, you're sending, help me with this, they don't know what that means. So you
what
become anxiety, depressed, you cry, so annoyed, like you can't even get a vest. For them, they know their own vest. They don't know this baby's vest.
But maybe even their own vest, they don't know why.
So it's good to involve your partner. Also find,
I like that.
Go for childbirth classes, talk to your partner or a supportive friend.
And I guess maybe to involve the nanny or the person you're staying with, because in case you're a single mom and you don't have the luxury of having a partner there as well. So the nanny is also aware you're not losing your mind with her. Like, I told you a vest, I just brought a romper, you know. So just like take them through class. Romper,
socks,
even mittens. I like that. That's true.
I actually think if you're a first-time mom, please allow another mom to walk the journey with you. I feel like it's easy to even tell the nanny vest romper, but when you're a first-timer, you actually don't know. So it helps if you have a supportive group, as you say. I feel like we live in a country where at least community is part of us. It's not like in the West where everyone is an individual and they're on them or by themselves. I think if we could just allow someone else to walk with you, or even just tell them, what do I do? Ask questions. Ask questions, show another mother the Excel sheet. Actually, it will save you a lot.
That's true.
If you show them, they'll just tell you, bottle feeder, bottle you know, like this is not necessary. Or this is duplicated, this works the same way as this one. You don't need. And then if you're buying the rompers, it helps to hear that buy the bigger ones, because at times you'll do the 0 to 3 months and the baby comes and the baby is big.
That first day from coming from the hospital,
they're already
that first day you're coming from the hospital and that's it.
And that's it. And they'll never wear them again. So it helps to just walk with someone else. And this is now for the first-time mom. And I think psychologically, as she's saying, I think if you're kind to yourself, be very gentle, be very kind to yourself. Allow yourself to not know everything. And I think this I'd be speaking to every mom. No one knows it all. No one knows it all. So don't feel the need to know it all. And that's the reason why I think moms don't even want to involve their partners. Because even the nanny, yet when the nanny or the partner comes and tries to help, you're chasing them away because they don't know, and you get so overwhelmed. So I'm just like, imagine we don't know as moms. We don't know, so you're also, as you give birth the first time, you're also birthing the mother.
It's true.
It's not like you were a mother before.
And there's no like real manual.
There's no real manual for motherhood, and there's actually no manual for every child comes and they're different. You might think you know because it's the second time, but the second one might be more cranky than the first one. And you're just like, so just allow yourself to to not know and involve someone else, involve another mother to just show them what you're thinking, a trusted friend or a sister. I know our mothers at times can be very judgmental in how we are doing things as this generation, but a friend or a sister, let them tell you, do this, don't do this, or buy this, you can get this cheaper here. There's a lot of knowledge within us, but as first-time moms, we think we are the only ones who know.
And you want things to be done the way we want.
The way we want.
And I want you to go into detail on do this, don't do this. What, like, are those things you should do, not do? You talked about like what to buy, what's a duplicate. If you're to quickly advise a mother, what would you say? You must have this. You must buy this for the baby, or just even advice that you got when you were expecting your first baby. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad somebody told me this. Are there things you could say specifically from your story that you think would help another mother?
From my story, I would say, as much as we pack for the baby, let's also pack for ourselves. We tend to forget those, like toothbrush. Sometimes even ask if you can have entertainment in your room, just to calm yourself. Yes.
I like that. I like that. I know when when I had my first baby, my third CS, a friend told me, Faith, the third CS is not like the first. So she told me, get, one of those table trays that you can have breakfast in bed. I'm like, how now? I'm not at that point in my life. I'll do that in my 40s and 50s. And I remember coming home with a baby and how difficult it was to get off bed. And I wished I had that as well. So, and it's okay to sort of spoil yourself. I also remember going to hospital with to have my first, and I'd carried like a trouser and a vest, not a onesie, not the ones that lock, and a zipper jacket, like actually the first outfit for the baby. I will never forget how those nurses laughed at me. They're like, this is what you want your child to wear, like send back home or to the shop, like call your husband, tell him to find a onesie, like you can't put like a trouser with that. No, I'm like, oh, you can't, it's so funny that I'd had so many showers, I have so many mothers around me, but what could look obvious, it's not obvious to everyone. What were your stories? Like, what stood out for you or helped you really?
I'm trying to think. I think it's just, I think for me, I learned by seeing. So it helped for me to go to someone else's house and see how they were maybe even just washing the bottles and then putting them on a different rack that wasn't the same as these others. It helped to see that, but also just to realize that I just needed like the buckets, just like 2 buckets that were clear buckets, and to have the sterilizer that was I think the Milton's one, and not necessarily that you put in, but also it helped to have the microwave one, and that one I used. It's an expensive buy at the, when you buy it, but you use it for all your children. So it helps to do that. The microwave sterilizer. I think that was a good buy. I felt like that was a good buy. Like, I'm just trying to remember what was a throw. You're like, I didn't need all these things, because at times you're given the same thing, and you also go and buy like the blankets. You have so many. You don't need all of them. You need just the baby coats and you can use the blankets and the flannel blankets, and you don't need all the beddings that that you've got to buy. Because they end up being like too much clutter. It's a lot of clutter in the house.
So many beddings. Put on the wire 1, 2, 3 different colors.
I don't need these.
You don't need them.
So you don't.
And even
the
clothes, I find like the clothes like are so many, and like you said, the kids grow up so fast. So fast. What they're wearing this week, they won't wear next week.
Especially that fast. They're just growing and growing and growing. I found the monkey suits. Are they called the warm ones? like now we are going into June, July.
They come in.
They come in very handy.
Yeah.
They come in very, very handy.
And I find it easier to do that than to overwrap them.
Yes, with many
blankets.
things.
Yeah, it's easier to just have them dressed warm.
And something else is the liners. I realize that you need liners as men, because the bath clothes, because you're consistently just wiping something. You're always trying to wipe something off the baby, wipe yourself. Like there's a lot of going on, like in that season. So I think those are some of the things I found coming in handy. Yeah, but that Excel worksheet has a lot of things. I think
but
you don't need all of them. But I like what you said in terms of taking care of you as the mom. I feel like we really forget about ourselves. And if we don't take care of ourselves,
no one will.
And as you're saying, even having some music, something that calms you down, because you're about to start giving, and the giving does not stop. It does not stop. And at some point you even get very resentful of your child just because, and yet you can't talk about it.
Yes, true.
But it's because you have neglected yourself. So it starts here. It starts by giving someone the baby and taking a shower.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you've talked about that, and I've just thought how hard that was for me, especially with the first child. Like I remember using the car seat and putting the child in the bathroom with me. And there's like people who can watch the baby, but I'm like, you can't watch the baby like me. And so I'm like showering like in 2 seconds, because immediately the child does something, you know, you want to come out and things like that. And it's true, I think you just need to just love yourself. I guess be a little selfish so you can be whole for your baby. And that's why I think that's my encouragement to every mom, especially new moms. Or first-time moms.
First-time moms. And that's why I keep telling them, and I will keep repeating, that there is no perfect mom. Like we're all just
work in progress.
And children really just need just a mom, you know, a good enough mother.
By the way, in one of our sessions, postpartum session, we take care of the moms. We just give them 2 hours of themselves, whereby we offer hot water kneading. It's a culture that is done in Uganda. Then the massage. We need the whole body.
Where were you?
It helps with the hormones.
I know.
Where were you? Blood circulation, no, like giving birth.
And both if the mother is a CS or has delivered.
For vaginal birth, we start as soon as you've discharged from the hospital. Then for CS, after 1 week. So for CS, there's that fear of maybe the wound, and also the doctor have told you, don't touch, don't do this. So it really helps with the tension on the wound.
I can imagine. And you'll find that these are cultures all over the world. You know, like it's just that we've forgotten them and gotten westernized. But if you check, a lot of the cultures have these
even
things.
other countries do it. We've had some people talking about it on social media.
That's interesting. As we wrap up, I want you to speak to a mother who's watching. You know, maybe speak to yourself when you are in second trimester, whether it's your first or second baby. And in a few words, what would you tell that person? I'll just let you, whether you want to encourage them, you know, just speak into their life. What would you tell that mother who's in her second trimester? Maybe they're overwhelmed. They're thinking, oh, I need to buy all these things. There's no money. Or, you know, they're like, how did I even end up here? Or my spouse just walked away. You know, it can be different things. You know? So I want you to speak to either yourself in the second trimester or speak to this mother who's watching us and just preparing and all that. And maybe it doesn't feel as great for them as, you know, we are making it sound. What would you tell them?
I would like to tell my fellow mothers to be calm. The journey ends. The way it starts, it ends. Don't have fear, don't feel overwhelmed. Listen, but do as you. And also love yourself. It's very, very important.
It's true. I like that. And to be calm, I like that as well. You know, because it can be overwhelming and all that. You just take a day at a time. Thank you for that.
Wow. I think second trimester, please do everything that you can while you still have energy.
Yeah,
do shop, do whatever it is that you need to do now because you have energy and the energy is about to dip.
Yeah.
The second thing is you're the best mom for this child. You're the, it doesn't matter the circumstances. You're the best mom for this child, and just walk with that knowledge that you are enough for this baby.
True.
Yeah.
I like that. I
enough,
like that.
being enough is
Yes.
very...
Yeah, it's true because so many times it's so easy as mothers to look at other people and go like, they're being such super moms, but me and all that.
No.
You don't know.
You don't know.
They
We're
think
all
I'm doing
winging
it
it.
different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're all winging it. We're all winging
Yes,
it.
it's true.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I remember in my first pregnancy, I was expecting with like a group of like 4 other ladies, you know, like all of us expecting around the same time. And they were all so, like, seemed like it was just working so easy for them, so effortless, and they're not putting on weight. And here I am putting on so much weight. And I think, all of them had normal births and I didn't. And you know, people will say, they're like, oh, you're the only one who didn't, or you know, just those sort of things. Oh, was yours a CS? I'm so sorry. And so you end up feeling like maybe you're just a little less of a mother than them. But it isn't so, you know, your journey is different. And you're the right and ideal mom that God has chosen for that child, like you said.
Actually, one more thing, because I was not able to breastfeed my kids, I also didn't have milk. I think you've talked about the CS bit and I've remembered. And I think for me it's just to tell the mom, when I say you're enough, you are enough. Whether vaginal birth or CS, whether you're able to breastfeed that child or give formula, you are enough. Do whatever feels right for that child.
I like that. I like that. Thank you for sharing that. This has been She. It's been amazing just gleaning from both of you and learning. You know, I'm seated here, I'm going like, I know it's my 4th child, but this doula I have to get those massages and all these things. And I love that we're being reminded as well that we are enough, you know, and that we have God who makes us enough, and that we can be able to walk this journey, enjoy second trimester as you prepare to just receive this miracle, or miracles if you're having more than one baby. And I love that you also shared your stories, you know, to just normalize that, you know, it can be hard, there's all these ups and downs, but you'll just get through it and your miracle will be here. So we've loved having you ladies on the show. Thank you for coming, and thank you for you listening as well and just gleaning from all this. We're doing baby showers in steps and steps. So next week will be on 3rd trimester. So you don't want to go anywhere. Keep it here on She, on this amazing season of pregnancy and motherhood. See you next week. God bless you.